Hey guys, Hal here coming at you with another movie review. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into 28 Weeks Later. I've never seen this film before and thought because 28 Years Later was coming out in this year, I thought it was worth me having a look at it. So here we go, let's get to it. So 28 Weeks Later is the 2007 sequel to 28 Days Later. This one is directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, and it's an apocalyptic journey that takes us on an intense ride, even more so than its predecessor. 28 Weeks Later picks up 6 months after the events of the original film. The virus has been mostly contained and the UK is being repopulated by survivors. However, things take a dangerous turn when the virus resurfaces and the infected are unleashed once again. The story follows a group of survivors, including Robert Carlyle as Don, a man with a very personal connection to the outbreak, and Rose Byrne as Scarlett, who's determined to survive. Directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, this movie takes everything that was great about the first and cranks up the intensity. As I mentioned in the intro to this video, I'd actually never seen this film, which was quite strange because I was such a fan of 28 Days Later. I loved how gritty it was and how fast-paced it was. But it's weird because I never got round to watching this one. It's only because the 28 Years Later trailer came out and I liked the look of that made me want to go back and watch this one. And I can't believe it was 2007 that it had come out. So it's been out for ages and I've never seen it. But straight away, you get into the opening of the film, and I really liked how isolated this group of people are, all in this house. You've got Robert Carlyle in there with his wife. They've sent their kids away prior to the infection getting out. So they're hoping that their kids are alive and well, but they are surviving in this house, wondering what's out and about and what's going to attack them at any moment. Well, something does attack them and it does get into the house. And you've got them upstairs in this bedroom where they're trying to find a way out from getting attacked by the infected. I mean, I refer to them as zombies, but no, the infected. So they're they're looking for a way of getting out. And then he just leaves her on her own. He just absolutely darts off. It's well funny. Like to the point where she's literally calling his name at the window, like she's banging on the window, and he's just flipping. He's just out of there. And then there's playing this theme over the top as he's running through the fields with all the infected after him. And I've seen it in a meme, I think, as well. So I just thought it was so funny that he absolutely bails on her. And for no reason whatsoever. I didn't even think they were in much of a pickle, to be honest with you. I thought they could have actually got out of it, but he darts off. But anyway, I thought that was a brilliant opening to the film. So straight away, we are introduced to Robert Carlyle's character, Don. You certainly get a feel for his character straight away. He does give quite a bit of emotion to this character, and it is quite in-depth. He actually plays the majority of this film as an infected character, really. So he's just running around with blood and fiery eyes most of the film. But those moments at the beginning, you get to see quite a lot of range actually from him. As at first, this very caring husband, where he's discussing his kids, and he seems very loving towards his wife. So then, in one moment, absolutely nipping off. But then you also get to see him with his kids later on and showing some emotion when he's actually trying to explain to them what happened. So he plays the character brilliantly, and he even does a zombie very well as well. He's ultimately a man who's forced to grapple with his own guilt whilst trying to protect his family until he can't. The cast in this film is quite stacked as well. You've got a young Jeremy Renner in this who plays a sharpshooter. This is long before his time as Hawkeye in the MCU, which is great to see. You've got Rose Byrne who plays Scarlett, and she's a strong, resourceful character. You've even got Idris Elba in here as well. So yeah, you've got some good actors in this, and their performances are great. So it does, carry the film actually, because there is actually quite a lot of shaky cam in this, in some of the action scenes. So in them quieter moments, you need those good actors to make you believe in this world. And they do nail it. So although I did mention there is a lot of shaky cam in this film, the cinematography is great. You've got the deserted streets of London, coupled with the threat of the infected. It does create this bleak yet beautiful atmosphere. So because most of the action sequences, they use handheld cameras, it makes everything feel very chaotic and quite immersive, which does add to that like natural horror experience. It's just that there's some moments where I like to focus in that little bit more, and it is just a very, quite shaky. So yes, you are within the action, but there's some of the action that you're unable to see. It's funny though, because there is this one particular scene where it's quite a gory scene, and Robert Carlyle's on top of a particular character, and he's shoving his thumbs in their eyes. And it's funny, there's no shaking there. No, that focuses right on in that. So they must use practical effects. So they wanted you to see that part. So, I was quite grateful for it, because you don't want it to be shaking around the whole time. So I quite enjoyed that bit. Juan Carlos Fresnadillo does a great job in the director's chair. He brings a fresh energy to the sequel while staying true to the apocalyptic dread of the first film. I mean, the transitions between quiet suspense and explosive action are expertly handled, making the film feel unpredictable. So being that this is a zombie or infected film, you've got to talk about the infected stroke zombies, and they are fast-paced and terrifying, as they are in the very first one. Don't know about you, but these are my favourite kind of zombies, the ones that are just flipping sprint everywhere and you don't really feel like you've got much of a chance. Well, these ones in this are rapid. They sprint at you and they are mad. They'll climb fences, they will open doors, they'll do whatever it takes to get to you. And that is a big plus in this film, is you always feel very tense when you know that they're about, and the encounters that they have with them always feel like any one of the characters is going to go in any moment. So my overall thoughts on 28 Weeks Later is that it's an intense sequel that backs on the action and the horror of its predecessor. It's not without its flaws. You got the whole shaky cam thing, which I wasn't a massive fan of. There were some characters in this that could have been developed a little bit more. But otherwise, it's a very good film that I'd certainly worth, checking out before 28 Years Later comes out in a few months. So that's been my review for 28 Weeks Later. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, because when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious